Okay, y'all, here we are at our customer's home. We're gonna assemble Commercial s22i studio cycles. And let's just go ahead and get started. Okay, just getting out all the accessories, the other parts underneath. Alright, so we got all the pieces, parts out. We got the hardware here. Usually with exercise bikes and certain models, they'll come with all the hardware pre-packaged and all the tools that you need. And it just kind of gives you exactly everything is placed in order here, where everything goes. We'll just go ahead and follow this step by step and get everything put together. We are going to install the front stabilizer. It's got the two wheels, so if you need to move your exercise bike around, this will provide that ability nice and smoothly with 4 of the M10 by 20 millimeter screws. Grab the Allen wrench provided in the hardware package, just to get these screwed down a little bit tighter. Okay, so you can either use the Allen wrench provided, or if you want to go a little faster, I like to get my Bosch 12 volt, the 5-in-1, and get the same Allen wrench bit size on here. And again, just put it on a low setting so it doesn't over tighten, and this way it goes a little faster than the manual and you don't over tighten or cause any damage to the equipment. Okay, so now we have the front stabilizer with the wheels tightened here loosely, but it's on there. It'll stay put, and we'll go on to the next step. So now we're going to do the rear stabilizer. Same 4 bolts here. It's going to M10 by 20 millimeter bolts. Okay, so on both the front and rear stabilizer, make sure you install it with the pads or the feet facing down. So again, something that could be overlooked. We'll go ahead and install this rear stabilizer. So the rear side of the bike is quite a bit easier. It's a little bit lighter. You don't have that heavy wheel from the front. Just make sure you line up the holes and get the screws in. Alright, once again, the rear stabilizer is on, and it looks like it has some front holes too to be screwed in here for a little more added stability. Okay, just to give you guys a closer look, right? You got the 4 on top. This is the rear stabilizer. And then if you go to the inside, on the side you got 2 of these. 1 on either side, so you got 1 there and that 1 there, so you definitely want to get those screwed in. And then just show you here on the front stabilizer, you got those on the side, right? So you have the 4, 2 each side on the top, and we want this on the back side, this hole here. Okay, so after you have all 6 bolts in for the front and rear stabilizer, it says to go ahead and tighten everything down. And what I do is I'll tighten them down with my 12 volt Bosch first, and then I'll do it manually to make sure everything's nice and tight. Okay, everything's nice and tight for both the front and rear stabilizer. Let's go ahead and move it to the location where it will be used. Okay, step number 4 is getting the handlebar post in place there at the front of the bike. And there's a certain orientation that you definitely make sure you want to get when you place this. Is you want this opening here at the bottom facing the rear of the bike, and then this opening here at the top facing forward on the bike. Then you can tighten it down just to hold it in place. Okay, so for the next step, or step 5, is to get the handlebars in place. The way you install this is with the 4 bolts that are labeled as bolts 93. It's 4 of them. That's what's really great about this hardware pack, is it even tells you what step you will be using certain hardware on. And remember, on most steps, it's just hand tightening just to get everything in place. Okay, so the handlebars are in place. All right, the next step is installing or attaching the console support bar and plate. Make sure this cable was inside the pole, so you definitely want to take all the wiring out so you don't pinch any wires. And then we're just going to go ahead and slide this onto the bike's handlebars. And again, always make sure that none of the wires are in the way so you don't pinch anything. And that'll stay in place. But you want to get the M10 by 52 millimeter bolt with the hex lock nut. And this is step 6. The console support, one side has a hex cutout, so make sure you orient the bolt and the bolt and the nut in the proper way. And it also says just to hand tighten, do not over tighten to start. Okay, so step 7 is getting the wires through the mast here. And so they provide a pretty long twisty tie or twist tie wire. And you just use that to push up through the console or the mast hold. And that way you can pull the wires through. Okay, and it looks like it comes up pretty easily. You don't have to remove any parts or anything, so it came up just fine. So we'll tie the bottom wire here onto the twisty tie or the wire they've provided. Just wrap it around a few times and through using the wire. And there we are. Now all the wires are where they need to be. Let me show you guys a up close view here. So when I initially started, the wire was just hanging here. It was tied around the bottom of the mast, which you'll see it if you have your bike as well. But you just take the zip tie off, and then there's the hole here. It's got an indicator, and you just push the wire through first to come out the top here, and then you just tie the wire to the bottom cable, pull it through the mast here, and it'll come out right here. Now you have all the connectors ready to be connected. Okay, now as far as the connectors are concerned, there's only 4 here, and so it's just 2 that connect to each other all together. And you can definitely follow the instructions and see exactly which one connects to which, but most of the time the connector sizes are exactly the same, and they only fit with the partner one, so you always have a male and female. Alright, all the connectors are connected, so the next step looks like we're going to get the monitor or the console in place. Okay, so this is the monitor or console that we're going to be installing right now. Just be aware on the back you have marked yellow and red, which are the receptacles for these 2 cables here, which were on the console support arm. And the monitor is going to need, which is basically right there, step 8, these 4 screws. We'll hold it to the plate right here. Okay, so I'll give you guys a underneath view. Alright, that's done. It's in its place. You can tilt it up and down, it spins, and so that way she can use it however she needs to. When she's exercising, or she can turn it around completely and use it away from the bike too as a monitor for whatever workout she may be doing. Okay, now that we have all these pieces in place, we're going to tighten the 4 hex bolts that hold the arm and console bars. Make sure they're nice and secure. So again, I'll use my 12 volt power drill, and then we're gonna do that last main bolt that holds the console support arm here, okay? So it's telling us to just securely tighten everything here. So we'll go ahead and do that. Okay, nice and straight. Let's go on to the next step. Now we're gonna go ahead and install the weight tray that it comes with, and it provided 4 small screws. The console has 2 brackets here, which will be support for the weight tray. All right, weight tray. It's nice and secure. Let's go to the next step. All right, the next step is to install the saddle post. Go ahead and slide that in. And then you have this knob here to tighten it down, whatever position you want it in as far as height. Really easy to adjust there. And now the next step is to install the actual seat here, or the saddle. So this piece here, this is the part that holds the saddle itself. And then you tighten it beneath to keep the saddle in place nice and secure. So like I was saying, you just tilt it here to get one side in. You open it up here. You get one side in, and then you get the other side. And there you are. And now you just get the Allen wrench and tighten that down. I'm actually going to use my own Allen wrench set that has these, like the rounded ball ends, so you can screw bolts in at an angle. Okay, saddle is nice and secure. Okay, let's go on to the next step. Okay, and the next step is to install the pedals. And as you see here, it says stop because usually people try to screw the pedals on in a clockwise manner, but it's actually counterclockwise. That way the pedals don't get loose as you pedal. It actually tightens it even more as you pedal. So it's a nice feature that they do there. There you go. You have your left pedal. They even mark them for you. Have those stickers there. So one pedal down. Let's go ahead and do the right side one. I'll just do that real quick. Nordictrack Commercial S22i studio cycle is basically done. So the final step is to get these weights right onto the weight tray. Okay, so there's 2 machine screws also that you want to put in place here. It holds these caps down in place, the two front caps. The bike is all done. Looks really good. It's ready for its workouts. And the customer is just registering the bike. Get that up and going. All right, customer just plugged it in.
Oh, that's nice.
It's starting up. Looks like the... Okay.
This is so nice.
Sounds like it's working just fine, right?
Yeah, it's smooth.
Nice and smooth. Okay.
Once I get this figured out.
Perfect.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So you're happy with the outcome?
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Well, thanks for letting us do this.
Thank you.
And congratulations on your new bike.
Thanks.